Good afternoon YouTube, it's Jacob from Team Pyramid. So today I want to show you my Cyberse deck profile. So there is a few videos coming up of the Cyberse deck profile itself. I like it, it's a fun deck. It's very budget, gonna be honest with you. It's very quirky as well. Obviously it's going to progress as time goes on because it is the main character's type in the new arc. But let's get into this, okay? So, starting off, I ran 3 Balancer Lords. So, the fact that you get this card, it's a 1700 attack, 1200 defense. And the fact that you can summon this card and then you can pay 1000 life points and get another normal summon, that to me is incredible. Then I ran 3 Draconet. So this card here, obviously, the whole main idea of the deck is to get as many monsters out as possible so you can go ahead and link summon as many as you can. Okay, so this card, it came out in with the first link monsters, and when this card is normal summoned, you can go ahead and special summon 1 level 2 or lower normal monster from your hand or deck in defense position. Obviously, if you wanted to go with the route of synchros as well, you could obviously put like Firewall Dragon and things like that in, Galaxy Draco and things like that in your deck, and that way they're all tuners, so that way you can go for the actual synchro summons as well. I then run 3 Boot Stegard. So the fact that this card, when a Cyberse monster is normal summoned to your side of the field, you can special summon this card, which is great, from your hand. So when you do that, so obviously any of your cards you normal summon in, especially with Balancer Lord, you get to go ahead and get 2 summons, so you get that special summon if you've got that in your hand. It's a 2300 attack as well, which is incredible, especially for a special summon. Obviously what you do at that point then is it does have a second effect. You can only use that affected that once per turn, the special summon of Boot Stegard. Then again, once per turn, while this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon 1 Stegard token. So again, it makes it a Cyberse token, and then obviously you're getting more resources out of that card. I then run 2 Rom Clouders. So when this card is normal summoned, you get to go ahead and target one Cyberse monster in your graveyard except Rom Clouder and add it to your hand, which is awesome. And then if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Cyberse monster from your deck except Rom Clouder. So you get the special summon from your deck and bring back resources from the grave to your hand, which is incredible. I then run 2 Backup Secretaries. So the reason why I run this, like I said, that most of them are special summon cards, this card. So again, if you control a Cyberse monster, you get to go ahead and special summon this card from your hand. You can't really ask for much more than that. You can only special summon this card once per turn. So you can only use the actual effect of it once per turn to special summon itself. I then run for the Draconet, I run 2 Bitron and 2 Digitron. So Digitron is for your attack, is for the offense, which is he's 1500. It's not great, but for a level 2, that's not bad. And for vanilla, it's not bad. And then obviously Bitron is the 2000 booty, 200 attack. You're pretty much going straight into a link with these 2 cards. That's what they're there for. I then run 2 Link Slayers. So I run 2 Link Slayers in here due to the fact of obviously it's a special summon. It's a better Cyber Dragon in my opinion for this, especially because it gets rid of back row clearance, which is brilliant. Which gets rid of back row, which is brilliant for when you're playing against Pendulum Magicians and things like that. It gets rid of their scales and just basically disrupts plays. I then run 1 Ram Clouder. So you contribute 1 monster. So you contribute this card itself. Then target 1 Cyberse monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which is brilliant. Or if you really wanted to do it, you could go ahead and if you had that if that was in the graveyard, you go ahead, bring that back. You could go ahead, activate Balancer Lord if he's already on the field, get your second summon, pop that with with Realm Clouder, which pops Realm Clouder, which gives you your special summon again from Realm Clouder, and then you go ahead and go on from there, which is quite a fun play. Then we get our Dot Scoper. This card just recurs itself. I know it's only once per duel, but it does recur itself. It's what it's there for. Then Stack Revival. So this card, when it's used as a link material, what you do is you go ahead and special summon one level 4 or lower monster that was used as that link summon, and special summon it in defense position on your side of the field. So if you're going into a link 2, you then go ahead and get something other than itself back, and then you go ahead and link up to a link 3. Then one Client. So Client goes ahead and lets you increase your monster, all your Cyberse monsters by 500 attack, which is very important. And then just to disrupt even more plays is I run one backlink linker. So the reason why I run that is because it doesn't matter if your opponent is ahead of you and has got monsters in their extra monster zone. This card will take care of that by shuffling it back into their deck, which is really good. It makes the board more playable. But that's it for the monsters. Okay, then off to the spells. I run 3 Cynet Backdoor. So the reason why I run 3 of these is because it goes ahead and banishes one Cyberse monster you control. And then if you do, that Cyberse monster then returns to your side of the field. And then it can go ahead and you get to go ahead and special summon. And then you get to go ahead and attack your opponent directly the following turn with the monster that was actually banished, which is incredible. So I think it's a really good card, which is why I have it at 3. Then I run 3 Twin Twisters. I'm thinking of cutting this down. I'm actually thinking of cutting this down and putting something else in, due to the fact of you're obviously running your Link Slayers, so it's got your back row clearance there with your Link Slayers. However, this is always handy to have as well. I then run, obviously, the new bonus. I run 3 Mind Control. So the reason why I run 3 Mind Control is obviously it don't say it's once per turn. You can go ahead, steal your opponent's cards and link up with them. Literally what it is. So I like that. I then run 2 Scapegoat and 1 Monster Reborn. So it literally is what it says it is. Monster Reborn is brilliant, and it's going to be banned again soon. So while it's free, we might as well play it. I then for the traps run 2 Recoded Alive. So you could target one Link 3 Cyberse monster you control or is in your graveyard and banish it, and if you do, special summon 1 Code Talker monster from your extra deck. So I like that. I like the fact that if they've got over, say, Decode Talker, and you're running more than one, then obviously you can banish it from your graveyard and then go ahead and just get a free Decode Talker or Encode Talker or anything like a Talker monster, which will go ahead and get you advantage. Okay, and then if you control no monsters in your extra monster zone, you can banish this card from your graveyard, and if you do, then you target one of your banished Coded Talker monsters and special summon it. So you get the recurrence of what you've actually banished. So it's actually just replenishing itself. Then for the final 2 cards, I run 2 Cyberse Beacon. So, like I said, you want to get cards on the field, so you want them in your hand. So if you do take damage, this is by battle or opponent's card effect, then you get to go ahead and add 1 level 4 or lower Cyberse monster from your deck to your hand. That is literally it. You can only activate 1 of this once per turn, but it's there to get you more resources. Off to the extra deck. Of course, we're running 3 Decode Talkers. So I don't need to talk about Decode Talker, as everyone knows what Decode Talker does. It's running pretty much every deck. Decode Talker is probably one of the main monsters you're going into in this deck, just to get your stuff started. And I still think it's one of the best Link monsters out at the moment. I then run 2 Tri-Gate Wizards. So I run 2 Tri-Gate Wizards, obviously for the fact of when it's co-linked, you get the extra effects, which I think is amazing. And the fact that you can banish off of it when it's actually co-linked, and it's pretty easy to get into and co-link as well with this deck and this build. I then run 2 Encode Talkers. It is a target for Recoded Live, I'm going to be honest. It's also got quite nice arrow positionings if you're going to go ahead and go for the steal your opponent's extra monster zone lockdown bat. But it's mostly a Recoded Alive target. I then run 2 Binary Sorcerers and 2 Honeybots. So Honeybot I prefer over Binary Sorcerer just for the fact that Honeybot, neither player can target monsters. So I think that's really good that this card points to. Neither player can target monsters that this card points to, and I think that's really good. Then I run 2 Link Spiders. Obviously, I'm running 4 of the vanillas in the deck, so Link Spider gets you your plays quick. I then run 1 Proxy Dragon. So Proxy Dragon again as well is really good. I'm thinking of bumping this up to 2 actually. And if a card or cards you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy one of your monsters this card points to instead. Brilliant. So if they're Dark Holing, you can go ahead and pop it. Then finish off 1 Topological Bomber Dragon. Phenomenal card. If another monster is special summoned to a zone that this link monster points to, while this monster is on the field, destroy all monsters in that main monster zones. Also, your other monsters cannot attack for the rest of the turn. You don't need to attack with that card effect. And then after damage calculation, if this card attacked an opponent's monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. So even if it don't pop, you can go ahead and just attack and deal damage to them, which is phenomenal. But that's it for my Cyberse deck. Like I said, it's a good fun deck. It plays really quick and it swarms the board really quickly, and it can steal quite a few games. As always, if you like the deck, please hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see any deck profiles, I know we've got a few coming up. We've got the Ghost Tricks coming up that's been requested. We've got Cristrons that have been requested, and someone I work with has requested a Final Countdown deck that I've got ready to come up. But if you want to see any decks, please let us know in the comments below. And if you really like the video, please subscribe. If you want to see any pack openings, please let me know what packs you want me to get, and I will get them and I'll open them. As of the 21st of August, 21st of February, sorry, I'm jumping a few months ahead. 21st of February, the new Battle Pack Millennium comes out, so the one with the Pegasus support, Bandit, Keith and Weevil. That comes out. I've pre-ordered 2 boxes of that, so stay tuned. You will see a few of that opened. If you guys want to see any of the newer packs open, like Code of the Duelist, anything like that, just let me know and I'll get the boxes and we'll go ahead and have a look and see what we can pull from that. But as always, YouTube, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video.